Good afternoon and welcome, members and friends of Trinity Cathedral of the Episcopal Diocese of Nevada. We are grateful that you can join us today for our sessions that we have been doing on early Thursday afternoons called Tell Us What's Happening, Q&A with Father William. So today I have a list of a few things to respond to and to give information to you. First of all, I want to mention that we are continuing to offer our worship services online that occur not only with Thursday noonday service, you can watch them live at the particular time, but they are recorded, and the worship services of Thursday and the weekend service that we tape on Saturday morning at 10:30 are both on Facebook and on YouTube. Both of those services and both of those entities to view and be a part of the services can be reached best by going to the church website. And on the website, in the upper right corner, you will see a box that says Announcements. You click on Announcements and Online Worship, and it will take you to make a selection for either Facebook or for YouTube. That is the way you can see those particular services for Thursday and for the weekend. You do not need to see them live, but you can see them recorded at the convenience of your own time. But we are continuing to do online worship. It is the safest thing we can be doing, and gradually we're getting more phone calls asking, are we opened or why are we not open yet? And it continues to be an issue of safety. We have seen already that there has been an increase of the number of states from 8 to 12 to, we believe, almost to 21 now that are showing a rise in the numbers of those who have contracted the coronavirus, COVID-19 part of the virus. Only 22 states are showing a decrease, but many are showing the increase, not only from Memorial Day gatherings, but even now with some of the protesting and rioting that has brought groups together, we are seeing more people exposed and a rise. Our churches are very concerned. In fact, this past week, the Nevada Interfaith Council Association, of which I am a board member, has put out a statement that we will not be opening our temples, our mosques, our churches. The faith leaders of Carson City, Tahoe Basin, and Truckee this past week have also put out a statement that they are not opening. Again, it is a matter of safety. A lot of our folks are vulnerable, are the most vulnerable, and we need to be practicing our love of each other in the best way possible. Now, some folks will say, but there are churches that are opening. It's the evangelical churches, those often large community churches that are of the evangelical persuasion. Part of their belief system is if you have enough faith, God won't let you get ill. They have a theology that is not consistent with our way of thinking. And they believe that somehow because they are Christian, they are baptized, that they are not exposed and vulnerable to the diseases and the illnesses that occur in our world this day. But I want to make it known to you that we are continuing to hold fast, to be patient. We ask you to be prayerful and patient during these days. I know it's getting to be overly frustrating. For many, there is a desire to be getting out and about. But if you do, please wear a mask. Please continue to wash hands and be aware of distancing and isolation. It is so important that we continue to work together to keep people safe and work toward a vaccine. Also, to state that we continue to offer many things online. It is our goal to be able to be connected as best as we can, to be connected and to offer comfort and hope for all people at this particular time. And so we will continue not only to have the cathedral closed, and the cathedral building is now closed. We have now transferred and transitioned over here to the parish hall, where our worship is now being recorded, and will continue to do that for some time. The diocese will continue to evaluate on a monthly basis where we stand, and so we are due in the early part of July to reevaluate the situation and see what options may be available to us. It is the safety procedures that need to be put into effect that are going to make it most difficult for us to be able to function as a church community. As had been shared with you a few weeks ago when I interviewed Dr. Eloy Ituarte of our vestry, he very strongly came out and said, we are dealing with a deadly virus, and that we as churches, along with nursing homes and prisons, are labeled as the riskiest communities for exposure. As a church, it is because of what we are about. When we gather, all the activity, all the action, all the interactions that occur among us is what puts us at risk. And so it is very important that we be aware of caring for one another and protecting one another until we know that the time has come to be safe. And it may not be until we have a vaccine and once people become vaccinated to fight this pandemic. Anyway, please, if you have a particular need or just need to, do not hesitate to call Reverend Ruth or me, contact the office with any need that you may have, and we certainly will do our best to reach out to you and do what we can to support you during this time. As we continue with online services, we will continue to have the Thursday Eucharist. We will be taping our weekend service on Saturday morning, but we also offer to you on Tuesday and Thursday evenings a Compline service that is strictly on Facebook. It is pre-recorded, and it will appear at 7:30 p.m. on those evenings, and typically there is a guest that will be with me to pray the Compline service, a guest that I will interview and someone for you to get to know better. I invite you to see tonight's Compline service for this June 11th date for the feast of St. Barnabas the Apostle, because there's a very interesting guest that I think you will learn some new and interesting things about. So please do that on this evening, and as I say, Compline will be every Tuesday and Thursday evening. Also, this session called Tell Us What's Happening is a way for you to write in questions. Please feel free, even during this presentation, to send in messages by text or send into email or even call if you have particular questions or concerns that you would like us to address during this particular time. Again, this is a program that appears only on Facebook. Again, go through our own church website to get to the Facebook page that you can participate in these particular programs. And again, I want to remind you, you do not need to be a member of Facebook to be able to see these recordings. It is simply going through our website that will give you the portal, the way to get to our website, to go to our particular page. And of course, anything that is there is available for your observation. So please feel free to do that. This weekend with the bulletin, in fact, I believe it may be in the bulletin for the service that we had today at noontime, we are becoming very specific in giving instructions of how to reach these online programs and opportunities that we are offering. As our vestry and members have been volunteering to be in touch with you folks, to be calling you by telephone, especially those of you who cannot and are not connected through the internet, is a way to make sure everything is okay and if you have any particular needs. But we are realizing that some folks said, oh, I didn't know you were doing this, or I didn't know you were doing that, or I really don't understand how to get to that particular program that is on the internet. And so we're trying to give you more specific, detailed information to help ease that particular situation. Also, Reverend Ruth shortly is hoping to prepare somewhat of a survey form so that we can try to find out ways to reach out to those of you who do not have internet. Maybe you have a computer, but you don't have the video capability or the microphone ability. Whatever it may be, we want to find out what your particular needs are and find out if there's a way that we can address it and help you to feel more connected. And that's the important thing. We want you to feel more connected to your community as a result of us being isolated. It's very difficult. And we want to do all that we can to reach out to you, and we need to know how best we can help you. I also want to make you aware that beginning this past week, and we'll be doing this now every Tuesday morning from 9:30 to 10:30, we have had folks request, how can we get our food donations in for St. Paul's Food Pantry? As you know, when we were involved in in-person worship, we had that opportunity to bring canned goods and dry goods with us to be able to present as a part of our offering. Unfortunately, since we are not gathered for worship in person, the concern has been, what can we do? Because there is a great need for food in our community. And so every Tuesday during the month of June, we'll evaluate if this is working or we need to have more days or maybe just a couple times a month. But right now during the month of June, every Tuesday between 9:30 and 10:30, we invite you to come drive through the parking lot, pull off here on Rainbow Street, and drop off through your trunk or opening up your back doors the opportunity to make donations to the food pantry. That food is taken from your vehicle, put into our bins, and immediately put into one of our volunteers' vehicles, and at the close of the drive, they are taken directly to St. Paul's Food Pantry. So this is a marvelous way for us to continue. As we are many of our other ministries, we are learning to be a church in a different way. We are the church, we continue to be the church, our buildings may be closed, but we are not closed as to what is important for us to be doing as a church. And so please make yourself available to those opportunities. There are meetings that occur with the Contemplative Prayer Group, the Daughters of the King, the Men's Group. Many of our programs are occurring online. If you have a desire to be a part of those, please let us know so that you can be included on those invitations to participate and to be more closely connected with our people. And so that is much of the information that I want to present to you this evening. We continue to invite you to be a part of our worship. We have now moved from the Easter season to Pentecost Sunday. Last Sunday was Trinity Sunday, and now beginning this Sunday, we are in what we call ordinary time. The color is green. We will be focused on the Sundays after Pentecost, in which we concentrate upon the teachings of Christ. Much of the scripture that is before us during these summer months through the fall focus on the ministry and the teachings of our Lord. And so it is that emphasis that we are now moving into, and we invite you to be a part of that as we seek to offer you continually prayers and words of comfort and of hope. So please join us, and God bless each and every one of you. Thank you.